It is a Christmas edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, and I want to know, guys, would you like to solve the puzzle? Welcome to this Christmas edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, guys. Obviously, I'm breaking some news today. I've been given permission to do that, but not until after this word from our sponsor. This episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com, or you can come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you.
This is for Cameron. Cam.
All right, guys, what is up? Welcome in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. This is another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, a Christmas edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. So as you guys know, part of my life is constantly looking for that next piece of news, and I was able to find it searching around yesterday. I was able to talk to somebody in the transfer portal who has confirmed with me quite a few things. I'm going to share the screenshots from that conversation because I think you guys deserve it. I don't like to hide my conversations if I can help it. And I like to have credibility. So, without further ado, let me introduce this player in the transfer portal to you. We're talking about Elijah Hills out of Albany. Now, on the surface, that may not move the needle until you turn on the tape. This is an elite pass rushing defensive tackle. This is an elite guard eating, center eating defensive tackle, guys, with quickness. Think Dante Stills' quickness. This guy is almost impossible to block. If you make a mistake and go too high or low on this kid, he's going to eat you for lunch with a swim or a rip move. I've got tape as well to put on for this kid. It isn't the best quality. I'll admit that right up front, but I'm not rich, and I'm only doing what I can do, guys. I'm trying to make it in this world. I hope you enjoy the tape. I'm going to turn that on now, and then after that goes off, we'll show up the screenshots and all that. So stick around, guys, and enjoy this tape from Elijah Hills.
What's up, guys? Apologies for the quality of this video. This is Elijah Hills, defensive tackle out of Albany. This is an elite pass rushing defensive tackle. Throughout this video, you'll see he absolutely dominates interior defensive linemen, centers, and even tackles. This is against Marshall, one of the top 25 rushing offenses in the country. And he absolutely eats their left guard alive. He gets penetration, and I've watched full games with this kid, guys. This kid is truly a diamond in the rough. In my opinion, this would be not just a good get, but an enormous get for West Virginia. This kid dominates interior defensive linemen. There he is causing a fumble on that play.
That potential third down completion for Monmouth.
There he is again.
Watkins, 4 receiving options. Watkins looking. He's
great motor, but also just the awareness, the great closed explosiveness. Look at him get skinny, get through, and then pursue the running back. It's just, he's really got the total package, and you want to talk about somebody that's Dante Stills-esque, guys. Look at this above image. Not only does he beat the guard, but he beats the center on that play. Really smart kid. There he is destroying another center. If you go low on Elijah Hills, he's going to swim right over top. No doubt about it. No. There he goes, swimming over top again. He eats centers for lunch, guys. He eats guards for lunch. That swim move is deadly. There he is again. He lives in the backfield, guys, and I'm telling you, the offer list, it's Christmas time. I truly think this is the time of year kids like this get overlooked. And I mean, he just, in my opinion, this would be the biggest transfer portal get of the season so far by West Virginia. I'm so in love with this dude's tape, guys. I hope you are too. Wanted to bring you some good news on Merry Christmas. Elijah Hills will be visiting on the 5th. And from my conversations with him, West Virginia has a great chance to land this kid, especially if his offer list doesn't improve. Let's just hope nobody else sees any tape of this kid. Look at these moves, guys. Hope you enjoyed this tape. Go watch Elijah Hills. Go follow him on social media. Hope to hear from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Back to the show.
As you can see, guys, there was some good competition on that film as well. Marshall, which had one of the best 25 or 30 best rushing offenses in the country last year, he decimated their offensive line all game long. They consistently had to scheme around him. And although Marshall won that game and he made a huge impact on that game, I'm honestly surprised Marshall themselves hasn't offered this kid, considering they couldn't block him. This is a classic example of an overlooked guy in the portal, guys. And you saw the tape. This guy's 6'2", 280 pounds, and is almost unblockable, in my opinion. I think he would be a great fit for what we do. We really need a guy that can penetrate. And this guy, you can play him at defensive end. You can play him. You could probably play him at bandit some. He's got that much quickness and explosiveness in short area. I'll put my name on it. If this guy ends up in Morgantown, I promise you he would make an impact. That's how sure I am of this kid and his abilities from what I've been able to watch. I watched 3 games. His motor never dies. He consistently diagnoses plays quickly and is getting to the ball because of upstairs. And obviously he does a lot with film study. And he's just relentless, guys. Do me a favor. I'm going to be posting something on X. Show this kid that we want him in Morgantown. Show him some love. Show him where the best fan base in America is, and certainly the Big 12. Look at that offer list. There's no way he deserves what he's got, but we're lucky. We're going to be, in my opinion, have a chance to land a guy that can help us win a Big 12 championship game next year. Now let's get to the questions and the answers. Let's get to the Q&A with this kid, and I'll show you guys kind of where the conversation went. Also, apologies. Obviously, I don't have my stand with me today, so I had to improvise and use a dresser. So the quality of this video is not going to be great, but the news is. All right, so I said question number 1, and this is after I made contact. Have you and WVU been in contact outside the initial offer? Number 2, is WVU a place you consider highly, or are there other schools you're hoping to attract first? Number 3, has there been any movement on getting to Morgantown for a visit? These were his responses. Yes, we've been in contact frequently. For sure, I'm weighing my options, but I'm definitely considering WVU, and I'll be visiting the 5th. Okay, I'm doing a video for you then. What's your offer list looking like? And this is what blew me away. Ball State, WVU, Houston, which is probably going to be, there's going to be a contender there. James Madison, Coastal Carolina, and Western Kentucky. Certainly being overlooked. No doubt about that. Appreciate that. Been the story of my life so far, beyond blessed. So look at the attitude this kid has, guys. Even though he knows he's being overlooked, you saw the tape. This is no doubt a kid that's being overlooked nationally, in my opinion. He may not fit every defense because, he's a penetrating defensive lineman. But in my opinion, you can find a guy like this who can fit on almost any defense. So you see, I'm still pumping him up a little bit there. He doesn't need me to tell him that. And then here's my second 2 questions. Does WVU being a title contender going into next year play a large factor in your decision? And do you know any players on the current roster? It's hard to say that it doesn't. However, someone not being a contender doesn't deter me, because I was on a team that went from 3-8, turned it around, became 11-4, and then he does not know any players on the current roster. So, unfortunately, that's kind of something that worries me a little bit with this kid. But I think on the 5th, as long as he makes it to Morgantown on the 5th, guys, and I think he will, we got a shot at this kid. And in my opinion, he would be a huge land for us, a huge, huge land. We're talking about not just one guy in Ty French that can really get to the quarterback, another guy in Elijah Hills that can really get to the quarterback. Also, he's a great run defender via penetration like Dante was. So I think this would be a great, great pickup for us guys. Let me know what you think about that. Hopefully, I've earned a subscription for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you won't care to. Uh, Hopefully, I've earned a like on this video as well. And last but not least, guys, don't forget to drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about Elijah Hills. Don't forget to go to X and find this kids. If you just go to my profile on X, I will be tagging him at Paul Mountaineer. It's down below. Go to my profile. I will be tagging this kid. He's not a kid. He's a grown man. I'm sorry. He's been in college 3 years, 4 years. I'll be tagging Elijah on my X profile when I release the Twitter to publish for this video, or the X. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, guys. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Let's show this kid what it would be like to be in Morgantown. Let's bring him home, guys. This has been another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. This episode is over. I am out.
This is for Cameron. Tim King.